Hello, I'm Renée Elise Goldsberry. Who am I? I've been in Hamilton and many things on television and on Broadway, but where I am today, on that note, with Shawn Stockman.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of On That Note, the place where we speak a language we all understand, and that is music. I am your humble host, Shawn Stockman, and today's guest is a multi-talented actress, singer, and songwriter, best known for her work on both Broadway and television. This is a long introduction, guys, so
I'm already laughing.
sit and relax, okay? Why are you laughing?
I'm just excited that you're going to read my introduction.
Yes,
Let me be quiet.
And,
I don't want to
hopefully
interrupt.
I do you some justice, okay? Her breakout Broadway role came when she started as Mimi Marquez in the hit musical Rent. However, she is perhaps most widely recognized for originating the role of Angelica Schuyler in Lin-Manuel Miranda's groundbreaking musical Hamilton. Beyond Broadway, she has appeared in numerous television series. She played a prominent role in the legal drama The Good Wife, and later starred in the Netflix sci-fi series Altered Carbon. Right? Am I good so far?
You're good so far.
Okay, good. Whew. It's a good thing. She has also taken on lead roles in musical films and television specials, and has continued to be an influential figure in the performing arts. In addition to her acting career, she's an amazing vocalist and songwriter, having released her own music and performed in various concerts and events all over the planet. By the time you see this, she would have already performed at the Ford Theater, and I will say with assurance that she rocked it. Her versatility, powerful voice, and dynamic stage presence is celebrated throughout the entertainment business. Today, we discuss her life, her love for music, her documentary, her album, her upcoming film, and her return to the Broadway stage. She is a mother, a wife, an actor, Emmy, Grammy, and Tony Award winner. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Renée Elise Goldsberry.
Good job. Thank you.
We get flowers in this show.
Oh my God, you deserve them.
You know, I'm just saying, like you deserve them.
Oh, thank you.
And it's all about you. Like, putting the focus on you.
Oh
Like,
my
you know what I'm saying?
God.
I'm just sitting here, just kind of just taking it all in.
Wow.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm very happy to meet you.
Thank you. Happy to meet you too. I heard a lot about you because you have a neighbor that's a good friend of mine, and he goes by the name of Billy Mann.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, Billy and I have a group ourselves called Chosen Family.
I
Yes, thank you very much. And
Generation Us.
yes, yeah, that's it. Go get the album. It's out now.
So good.
And he told me a lot of great things about you and how amazing of a human being you are, as well as obviously an amazing performer and actress and singer and songwriter and pretty much everything. You're like a Swiss Army knife of some sort. Like, so it's a pleasure to meet you finally.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
And being a fan from a distance, obviously seeing your work, specifically in that Broadway play you might have heard of that I've aforementioned. Like,
Did you go see Hamilton?
I'm going to get it. I was going to be one of my things I was going to talk about because,
I can't wait to find out.
well, here's the thing.
That means no.
When it was at its height, right? Everybody was trying to get a ticket.
You couldn't get a ticket.
You
No.
could have gotten a ticket. You
I couldn't get a
absolutely
ticket. I
could have.
couldn't get a ticket.
There's no way you could.
I could not get a ticket.
If Shawn
Wow.
couldn't get a ticket, I can't get a ticket. I'm a peasant.
Wow.
Like-
I wish I would have known you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I would have straight hit you up.
Yeah.
Like, no tickets.
Yeah.
Like, there was almost me asking was laughable.
Really?
Yeah.
Even you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, please.
That's how great it was.
I'm not the guy that like
Mm.
walks into the door of a club
And everybody's like,
and expect
clear
to get
the table.
in.
Clear the, clear the table in the
Do you
front.
know who I am?
Yes.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah, me
Like
neither.
if a bouncer says no, you can't get in, I'm like, okay, have a good night.
Me too.
I wanted to go home anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I'm never that guy. So
too.
when I reached out and I asked, they were like, Shawn, like knock it off. And I said, okay, thank you.
They by name they said it. So clearly they knew who you were.
Yeah,
Shawn.
Yeah, knock it off.
Yeah.
Knock it off. They're like, okay, all right, thanks. Have a good night. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's okay. You know, I saw it on Disney. So
Oh yeah, that's great.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess that was the best seat. I got to stop and rewind, I guess. So anyway, how are you? Everything's
I'm so
good?
good. Everything's great.
Good. I like to start off every segment of our show by getting the viewers and the listeners to kind of get to know the person before the person. So I do a segment called We Want to Go Back. We're going to go back, way back in the time.
Okay.
Born in San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you around 10 years old?
We had moved.
Houston?
Yes.
See?
Houston, Texas. See? Yeah, we had moved to Houston, Texas.
Okay, so you're in Houston, 10 years old. Interesting, because I'm not familiar with the Houston music scene.
Really?
No.
Scarface.
You ever heard of
Beyonce? Yeah, but I'm talking about outside of the usual suspects, the chopped and screwed, DJ Screw and Beyonce and Scarface, the Ghetto Boys, like those guys, Willie D, all of that. But like at 10 though,
what was happening there?
What was happening then?
Ooh,
what were you listening
to
that inspired you to say, I think I want to do that?
Everything. I think I was listening to Heat Wave, Always and Forever. Remember that?
Of course. What? Of course.
Ooh,
that was the song that signaled the basement parties that it was time to pick the girl that you like.
Ooh.
Yeah. Lights come on.
Yeah. I mean, I was just listening to true R&B.
True R&B.
And the beauty of it is there was no Spotify. There was no way to, if you had to either wait for the DJ to play it or you had to ask your little cousin to sing it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to hear it. You had to wait for it to come on again.
Yeah.
Or you had to be like, Renee, sing Always and Forever.
And you were the cousin.
And I was the little cousin. And I would, always and, I would just be singing as a little girl. And because they would ask me to do that if they liked the song. Yeah. That was my entrance in to loving it.
Now, did they give you any incentive by like maybe giving you 50 cents or
nope.
$1? No,
that's all. It was literally, but in my family, to be asked to do that was enough.
Okay.
I'm very, just very smart. Everybody was like, scientists, mathematicians, just very Black excellence. And that was what I could do.
Okay.
So I loved that.
Yeah. Now, being as though you were under that type of auspices, was you being a scientist, a mathematician or something, was that pressure?
On the table? No, not really. But I'm also not the oldest child.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. I'm the daughter. I'm the younger child.
Oh, okay.
I just loved music. I loved theater. I loved art. I loved drama. I loved being social. I love being funny.
Yeah.
So music kind of saved my life in school, not because I would have ended somewhere terrible, but probably my identity would be something, not esteemed. Like I remember being in 5th grade and sitting in the back of a music class and making fun of how the teacher sang. Because I could just imitating her and not thinking she could hear me, and all of a sudden her head spinning around and staring at me and saying and just looking through me and being like, oh shit. And then she was like, seems we have a singer in the class, and brought me down to the front row and started giving me the solos. I mean, like that woman, I wish I could say her name. And you could bring her out from the back and we could all clap.
Right.
I wish I could thank her.
She lit the fuse.
Yeah, because she could have made a million decisions, but she decided to give me an identity that I still have decades and decades later.
Wow.
And I hope that's happening in classrooms everywhere. I hope I'm doing that with my children.
Yeah.
I hope we can see through the ways they use their gift that might not be as valuable.
Yeah.
To give them an identity to start down a path that is signature.
Well, it normally starts at the home, and it started at your home too. Like your family realized that you could sing Always and Forever really well. So they had you sing in front of the family members, and that spark. But that would be my next question. Like, you chose theater.
Right. That's because I only gave you half the story.
Yeah, because that's an interesting choice. Because that's normally a young lady, Black girl that can sing normally wants to get that record deal, right? Or get that record deal.
Oh yeah, I wanted a record deal too, but the singing at church, normally would have been singing at church, right? Or something of that nature.
Sure.
And that
Local
didn't
plays and stuff.
Yeah, local plays. Church, I remember I joined the choir, and the choir director's daughter started making fun of me because I think I came to the second choir rehearsal with the same hair barrettes that I had the first rehearsal.
Oh,
So
that's
she
just
started, you know what I
petty.
mean? Like, but I mean, it's just kids being petty.
Yeah.
But my point is, I think God uses these little interactions to direct our path, because I could have had a different experience in the choir.
Yes.
But randomly, I heard that girl talking about me.
Yeah.
And she had a lot of power because her mother was a choir director.
Right.
And I was like, I didn't tell my mother why. I just said, I don't want to go back. So I didn't grow up singing in church.
Yeah.
Where I did grow up in singing was in the theater, because it was Houston, Texas. It was 150 degrees outside in the summer. My parents both worked.
That was a cold day.
That was a cold day. And we had to have somewhere to go. We had to not wake up. I used to set my alarm to watch All My Children at 12 o'clock in the summertime. That's how trifling. And so somebody was going to Houston International Theater School, and there was a seat in the back car for me, in the back seat of the car for my brother and I, and they sent us. And I just fell in love. I was in the ensemble of Guys and Dolls at 8, which is why I didn't start there, because it was 2 years earlier than you asked. And I didn't even have a lead role. I just was like, I just couldn't believe that you could have. I honestly, it was the depression when it was over. I don't know if have you experienced? Have you ever been in a show? I mean, I'm sure you've been in things that ended, even if tours end.
100%.
That come down is deadly.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in a parking lot of like some, because you could leave your kids in parking lots in hot cars back then, and it was okay.
Yeah, it was fine, totally fine.
So I remember being in a parking lot, hot, in a car in Houston, and just asking God, please put me in another show again. Please, like the next time someone points at me, I'm going to sing loud. Please, just let me get in another one, because I just loved it so much. It's the coming together and making something, telling a story with a group of people, and the family that's built. That's it for me.
Needless to say, he answered you.
He answered me. He is still answering me. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You're back on Broadway.
And I'm back on Broadway, but it's not just Broadway. That's the thing.
Yeah, it isn't, is it?
It's literally because I do so many different things. It's literally telling a story in any way.
You really do, and I have a list of this stuff, like on this little iPad. But first, before we get into that, hey guys, sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled program, but I'm here with a very important message from me and AG1, which is Athletic Greens. Man, this supports a very healthy immune system. And it's good for my lifestyle, guy that's on the go, moving around. And I need something that'll just give me that extra boost while I'm traveling, while I'm singing, and all that other good stuff. AG1 is perfect for me. I can put it in my backpack. I can put it in my suitcase. A whole bunch of them if I have to.
I'm mad at you, Shawn.
Why?
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Why?
Because you're putting it everywhere but in my backpack. I don't have any yet, man. When do I get some?
I got the hookup.
Well, I mean,
I know the people up there. I can give you a call.
Take care of your boy.
I got you.
I want to be healthy too.
Of course. And I want everybody that's watching this to be healthy too. So make sure you get AG1.
You just take one every morning?
I get one every morning.
Okay.
Mix it with a little water.
Okay.
And I'm straight. So, and guys, you can do the same thing too. Head to drinkag1.com/onthatnote to get a free welcome kit with an AG1 flavor sampler and a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2 when you first subscribe. That's drinkag1.com/onthatnote. You went to Carnegie Mellon University.
Mm-hmm, I did.
Where you earned a bachelor's of fine arts in theater.
Mm-hmm.
This helped your path. I mean, to continue
it did.
on.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have,
but it was good for me because the network is wonderful. College is fun. How about that?
Okay.
And also it's good to be not the most talented person in the room.
I completely understand that.
You know what I'm saying? Like we grow up in our little circles and people tell us we can sing and we think we can sing.
Yeah.
Especially as a singer, you can get really lazy. You could, because you don't have to, you just can sing. And you listen to the radio and you learn people's songs and then you get up and sing it and people clap and you think you've done something. Until you get to some group of people where they can do that and 5 other things.
Yeah.
And they're working harder.
Yes.
Not only are they more talented, not only have they been training harder, they're working harder. And that's humbling. So I remember auditioning for Carnegie Mellon. I did not want to go there. I just was not glamorous to me to go to Pittsburgh. I was like, if I go to college, I felt that I had been held back my entire life by growing up not in a show business family.
Yeah.
In a very beautiful, amazing family. But this is my head. I remember being in New York City to see with my family for something and walking slowly behind my parents because I actually thought that I was going to be discovered. I actually, as a child, thought, let me just step back a little bit because they might get confused. Like I felt so destined.
Yes.
I remember, do you remember park and ride? They still have park and rides when you park your car and you get in a little van and you go to the airport.
Yes.
I was that little girl that would like smile at strangers. You know what I mean? Like you're sitting somewhere and some little girl is like, smiles.
Yes.
I used to do that because
I can see you doing that too.
I thought,
I
I actually thought that they would be, in my heart, I thought, one day I'm going to be famous and they're going to be like, oh my God, I was in a park and ride with that girl.
Yes.
And I want them to know that I was nice.
Yeah.
Like I was so sure
Yes.
that this was going to happen. And I just felt like it had not happened in my life because I was in Houston in this other family, in this other world. And so when I thought about college, I was like, I'm going to go to LA or New York, or I'll go to college in LA or New York. Like my compromise was Northwestern because that sounded, I don't know, glamorous to me.
Right.
But then when I auditioned for all these schools, if they had auditions, Carnegie Mellon scared the shit out of me because
Why is that?
I just wasn't good enough. I was not, no, seriously, I was not prepared. First of all, I didn't prepare. How about that? First of all, I didn't, first of all, at the time, and it's much different now, but there weren't college programs that had triple threat, like to be you either, like if you went to Juilliard, you had to pick, you were going to be a classical ballerina, you were going to be a Shakespearean classical actor, or you were going to be an opera singer. That was the training. There was not a lot of like, doing all, there was not a triple threat. No. And the ones that were starting were just not that. It felt like the three were diluted a little bit. They weren't really that competitive yet. But when I went to the Carnegie Mellon audition, I couldn't even make it through them. They were so hard. I mean, well, Billy Porter was, he was like a couple years older than me. He was like leading the dance audition, doing triple pirouettes and all that. I didn't dance that way. I mean, my friends, Ty Taylor, my friends that are really amazing were students that were older than me at the time. And they can play virtuosic piano. They can triple pirouette all over the place. They can sing through the stratosphere. They can they could do all those things at 17.
Yeah.
And I could sing. Okay.
Wow. So
I had been in plays in high school, but I hadn't put that kind of work. I wasn't that mutant.
You seem like a schlepper.
I just felt
singing. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Get your life together.
What are you even doing here?
Right.
I literally at that time in my life felt that I had been lied to.
Interesting.
I felt set up. I left the audition deflated, and I felt like I had been lied to my entire life and I thought it was cruel. Why would you do that?
Wow.
Because I was like, I could have been anything.
Right.
I thought I could be this, and now I have discovered I'm not good enough, and you have misled me. I should have been doing my math homework. I should have been, So anyway, so that's where I was at that time, and I got on the wait list. I got into the schools I thought I wanted to go to. They put me on the wait list. The last minute they put me in.
Wow.
And I went because I was like, clearly they know something I don't know. And so the value for me was realizing there was a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And the humbling nature of being around people that are just truly gifted in a way that you might have to work a little bit for.
But you noted something, and you said that they probably saw something that you didn't know about yourself.
Yep.
And a lot of times that's what teachers' jobs are for.
Yeah.
Like to see the potential in someone, even if they don't see it, but then are able to bring that out. I'm assuming the school helped you do that, right? Because because you're an amazing actor, you're an amazing singer. So, instead of you being just a singer, you've realized that through this process that you were able to do more and be more.
Absolutely.
And being around that ecosystem, I'm sure it actually helps. Your story is very similar to mine because going to Performing Arts High School in Philadelphia.
I'm jealous. I wanted to go to Performing Arts High School.
I wasn't ready. I mean, I knew I could sing, but I didn't grow up in a gospel home either. I wasn't a church kid in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
So going into these choirs, and hearing these people,
Same.
these aliens,
Yes.
15, 16 years old, 5-octave ranges and riffing up and down the freaking scale. Like, and you're sitting there like, he's scatting and hitting all kinds of like, and I'm sitting there like, yo. So I literally, just like you, I had to go home. I had to do my homework.
Yeah.
I had to listen to gospel music. I had to, I had to just to keep up.
Yeah.
And it kicked my ass.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that it did, because
it's the best thing that can happen.
it's the greatest thing. It's the greatest thing. Like just like you aforementioned, like being around in a room with people that are better than you is the key. The people that are able to sing circles around you, you're like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So many people went through that, Shawn. Look at MJ getting cut from his high school team. Remember Kobe got benched his his career. There was a moment of like, oh shit, I'm good enough, but I gotta go. I gotta get to work.
Yeah.
And the thing that I think is most interesting is the people that work harder. Because what I find difficult sometimes as an artist is what that means.
Yeah.
Like, can you please like break down what work means? You know what I mean? Like, I'm working. So what does that look like? Because it can look like a million things.
A million things.
And it's not an obvious. It's not a formula. It's not like a syllabus.
Yeah.
And so I think there's an advantage of being around people and seeing what it looks like on them.
Well, I think that's the point, that it's all different, but the one thing that remains the same is the discipline part.
Mm-hmm.
It's discipline. That's where the work comes in. The work is the discipline. I don't feel like doing it, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't feel like getting up in the gym, but I have to.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And it may not be the best workout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the question is it the gym? There's only so many hours in the day. That's my question sometimes. I mean, just because sometimes that's part of what the artist's job is.
Well, let's say you can do push-ups on the floor.
Right.
And still get the same results as dumbbells.
Right.
It's the discipline.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm not going to the gym, but I'm going to hit these 100 push-ups and get my workout in that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to sing this, that, and the third, but I'm going to sing my favorite songs around the house. And in that way, it warms my voice up anyway. It keeps the muscle working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's the discipline.
Yeah.
And discipline is the same, but how you practice that discipline is authentic to
and
that
people
person.
don't know how critical the discipline is for artists.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily know. So maybe I think that's something that seems hidden in the work.
Mm-hmm.
If it's good.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. Just being able to, the reason why people hit the riffs that they hit is because
they've been doing it over
and over again. So much so.
Do you know how many times I did that? I learned that way. I listened over and over and over and over again as a child, because you got to figure out how are you making that sound?
You found out. And it's just literally.
You just said it.
Yeah, you just said it.
Yeah.
And it's literally just doing it over and over and over
The
again.
repetitions.
It's
Yeah.
repetition.
Reps.
It's reps.
You got to get your reps in.
Got to get your reps in. You know what I'm saying? Even when you don't feel like it. So you graduate from this beautiful university, and when does the trekking to New York begin?
Right away. That's what I love about just kind of how life happens when you look back. It's always the moment before. It's like there's a current in our lives. So if you go to Carnegie Mellon at the time I went and you graduated, there was a showcase in New York that would set you up with a job in New York. So so that's where I went. I went to New York. I got a job in a show that was going to Broadway. And then I got another job. Then I got another job and another job. And just because that was the launch, that's where it sent me. I didn't go to Berkeley School of Music.
Right.
So maybe I would have been launched into singing for somebody right away.
Yeah.
But I that's where I went, and it was good. I got to New York in a time when you could go see, Miss Saigon, or you could go see Rochelle Farrell down the street at a club,
Wow.
It was all right there.
Now, what's the, because I've never gone through this, obviously we're both singers, but we went two different
ways.
directions.
Yeah.
But what is the audition process for a musical like? Like, is it like what I've seen in movies and like in Chicago where, you know, you got like, you know, a line down the block, you know, people, hopefuls, you know, waiting to get their turn and all that other stuff. Like, what's the energy?
You've never
like?
auditioned for a musical?
Never.
Oh my gosh.
I've never, because it's not, it's not that I never wanted to.
You didn't have to.
Yeah, I guess I did.
You didn't have a shot. You skipped that.
Yeah, I think I did. I think
you skipped that.
That's what happened. But like just hearing about it, like and having friends, for example, like that do musicals and stuff like that. Like, what is the process? Like, what's it feel like?
It depends. And there's classes, like meaning like classes of like you can be offered jobs. It's the same as anything else. You can be brought in to have a work session. I'm coming down. You can be offered an appointment to come in and just audition. You can go to an open call, which is what the first thing you're talking about, depending on where you are on the scale of I don't have an agent, I have an agent. I'm in the union, I'm not in the union.
Right.
So if you're just anybody off the street, you might just find yourself trying to get into an open call, and you might be in a long line with a number, and it seems like a movie around a block, and that you can sing, you know, a couple bars of the song and they'll cut you, that kind of thing. Like maybe the beginning of an American Idol thing. Someone's seen it. Could be like that. With somebody, a casting director's assistant, like just, you know, weeding people out and bringing you to the next stage.
Yeah.
Or it can be you show up for an appointment, you sit outside, there's 3 or 4 other people in there. You're standing outside the door while somebody is singing their face off. And you're sitting out there waiting for your turn, you know, and you're just sitting there singing the same song you're about to have to go in there and sing. And the nails are doing this on the wall, you know, and you just got to walk in there and do yours.
Yeah.
And feel like, okay, you know,
wow,
I can do it. Yeah. It's a lot of, you know, not saying no to yourself, not being psyched out, you know, walk in the room and see what happens. You never know.
You never know.
Be prepared. That's a huge thing for me is be prepared, because most often they will say no. And just to have your own, like just to not go crazy. I just feel like what you can control, you do control. So you walk in there as prepared as possible, because you never know what the energy is going to be. Somebody could be on their phone. Somebody could be not paying attention. They could be writing down, talking about the girl that was in here before you. Or they could be all in you. You just never know. So because you can't manage that, you know, energy in the room, you just try to be as prepared as possible.
And you just got to block that out, right?
You block it out. You go in there, you try to be charming, you do your thing, and then you walk out. And the world now is at a point where everything is on Zoom and on tape.
Yeah.
But there was a long time where you would walk into a series. There was a series of walking into rooms.
Yeah.
There was a series of, you know, and the rooms get more and more people at the end of a big audition. It's a table full of people.
That's crazy.
And you walk in and you know, basically do a one-woman show for these people to be picked to, you know, either be in the ensemble or to understudy a lead or to be a principal role in a show.
My friend of mine named Tyrese told me he was auditioning for a movie called Annapolis.
Okay.
And
have you ever done that? Have you acted and done?
I've done that.
Okay.
I've done that. And I don't think I was prepared as I should have been.
Okay.
But that's another story. We'll do a part 2 one day. But because that's a bad road I don't want to go down. But because I didn't want to act, but anyway,
it's not too late.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to get into that story.
It's not too late.
I appreciate you.
What would you be in, Shawn? What kind of movie would you do? Would you be a thriller guy, horror films, comedy, You could do a rom-com.
I could do a rom-com.
You could do a rom-com.
Yeah, I think I could do a rom-com.
He could be the guy at the end, sings his way to the heart, and call it a day.
No, I think I could do a rom-com.
Very predictable.
My ultimate goal is maybe be a Marvel character of some sort.
Oh my
God. I'm a superhero guy.
Dream comes true.
Yeah, that'd be a dream. But anyway, we digress.
Well, hang on. What Marvel character would you transform into?
Blue Marvel.
Oh, we've talked about this. Blue Marvel.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to get in this rabbit hole. It's a different thing. Everybody look up Blue Marvel, Adam Brashear. He has gray hair like me. He's a neurophysicist.
I knew it.
That turns into
you're perfectly cast.
Yeah, he's my favorite. But anyway.
Yes.
Are you a Marvel fan?
I'm a character. I'm a Marvel character.
Oh, well.
I'm Mallory Book and She-Hulk.
You are.
Yeah.
That's
Let's talk about that.
That's right.
How
Holy
did you
shit.
how did
Okay, please talk about that.
Humble
Please.
brag.
We're going to skip a little bit.
Would you
Yes,
like to,
yes.
What would you be? I already
Me.
am one.
Right. Yes,
Damn.
yes.
Life has taken me on a lot of turns.
That's great.
Yeah.
How was it like being in like just that Marvel
that's another
space?
It's the Marvel space is crazy.
Yeah.
It's any space where you're a fan.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. So that was a wonderful thing to be able to walk into the creation of a new show and be a character and have a poster and all of those just that world is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they work really hard and they've really just kind of
it's
they've literally created fantastical worlds that are really like the soap opera that like a genderless soap opera.
It is. It really is.
And it's a bucket list dream come true.
What people don't understand about comic books and stuff like that, people, especially adults, like they're so snooty about it because they think, oh, it's just comic books, is just zip
really?
bang pow
you think
and
adults
color.
think that anymore?
I think a lot of people do.
Really?
They still do. They still don't get it from
I
the
think
we're
reading.
adults now.
It's evolving.
Well,
right. That's why I'm literally wearing my Wonder Woman t-shirt
I see that.
here.
I saw that. That was gangster.
Yeah.
But just from the standpoint of, because I read comic books.
Yeah.
So, but some people say that's so childish. Well, how is it? Like the story arcs that you see in
Are
Endgame
brilliant.
and in Marvel, where do you think they come from?
Yeah. And honestly, what's happening in the world?
Right.
The world is straight up Endgame.
Listen,
You know what I
Stan Lee
mean?
and Jack Kirby were
It's
geniuses
scary.
because they created things based off of the world as we know it back in the 60s.
Yep.
So when you really look at it from that standpoint, like they're actually great stories and just period. It's just people that fly and can throw cars.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it. That's
and
the only
have to
difference.
manage the consequence of great power.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. That's a human thing.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about the dichotomy of being a hero, that you have all of this power, like say for Peter Parker, for example, but he still can't get that date with his girl.
Right. Right.
So he still deals with human
Yes,
things.
that's right.
Like, so that's what makes the characters so great and polarizing, is because, man, this guy can like lift a 2-ton building or whatever, but yet he's still upset about
never be
fucking
satisfied.
up a math test. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
How did you end up getting the role? Like, just
Oh my gosh. I did a show called Girls Five Eva, which is a really wonderful comedy show that was on Netflix. And one of the directors, the next project, she was doing that, and she called me one day and said, "What do you think about Marvel?" And I was like, "Hold on,
Let me think about it.
I'll be back, everybody." I'm going to Atlanta for a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I meant. Like every place you ever find yourself is really predicated on the moment before. It sounds like an obvious thing to say, that wherever you are, the moment before has led you there.
Yeah.
The only reason why it's important to say is because if you know that and you want to be somewhere else, you have to be mindful about where this moment you're in is going to lead you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
This moment is going, it's just a current in life.
It's the choices.
But there's like, honestly, it's a thing. Like this, everybody from here is about to go do that. If I don't want to do that, I need to go be hanging out with these people over here that are about to do this other thing.
Right.
That's what we had. And there's been times in my life where I had to figure that out. And one of them, to go back to like my next steps, I got out of undergrad and I was in New York doing plays, regional theater, like Dreamgirls and a bunch of really cool things, and not getting a Broadway role, not getting a Broadway show. No is also one of the best things that can ever happen for you. I just could not get arrested on Broadway, and I thought I was destined for it. And so I was living in New York City, and at some point I was just like, okay, forget you, New York City. And I moved to Los Angeles.
And you landed a role in a soap opera, right?
Not yet. I came to Los Angeles. I went back to school. I went to the University of Southern California and got a master's degree in vocal jazz. Okay. Which is a weird, crazy thing to have done.
Wow,
but it's really the opposite of being a music theater singer. So the game in music theater is to sing, you have to be able to sing everything. Yeah. You have to be able to sing whatever song in the key, in the way that the girl who originated the role did it.
Wow.
And one day you're showing up for a 60s musical, the next day you're showing up for a rock musical, the next day you're showing up for Gilbert and Sullivan. Like you have to be able to sing everything, right? That's the game as a singer in the theater, right?
Don't sign me up for that.
Yeah.
And, that's what it is. And you can do. I'm telling you, that's what you have to learn. I learned how to do it. That's what you can do. And then do you need legit? Do you want me to belt it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to, want to cover it? I have to be able to be a chameleon in whatever space for this thing.
You got a diverse tool belt.
Exactly. Jazz is the opposite. Jazz is, there are one group of songs, they're called standards.
Yep.
And everybody's going to sing these same 100 songs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the way you sing it that is, it's all about who you are as signature, not about how that you can do what somebody else did. Nobody is interested in you doing what's already been done. But take this same song, you have to figure out what tempo, what arrangement, what key.
Yeah.
But it has to be you have to put yourself on it. You have to figure out who you are.
The template of jazz is improvisation.
It's improvisation, but also just who are you?
Yeah.
When you play the guitar.
Yeah.
Who are you when you sing this?
Yes.
And how many notes do I know that's Renee?
Right.
That's a totally different headspace as a singer than music theater.
That's true.
Which is why I was like, there.
Wow.
I need to go there. And another reason why I wanted to do it is because of what you asked me. I wanted to be a recording artist also. I wanted to sing more than and they didn't cast me in things. And so I thought, even if they did cast me, I'm never getting a record deal from being in a Broadway show.
Right.
That's not.
It's a different world.
And also they need you, Shawn, to come to Broadway because the name and who you are and your audience sells the tickets.
Yeah.
So why be the most talented person in the world that nobody knows that you're not going to get the job anyway? Go to LA, get your hit song, and then come back and be in the show.
Well, it'd be nice if I was able to get in the seat of a ticket of a Hamilton show. So I don't know how I feel about that.
So I came back to LA. I mean, I came to LA to go to get that degree, to figure out how to to figure out who I was as a singer,
a
signature and intellect, and write. And that's when I started writing, and I was like an LA musician.
Right.
For a couple of years.
Okay. So in that space, because LA is the recording capital of the world.
Yeah.
So when did the meetings with record labels happen, or the demos and
hard.
Like, what was that journey like?
It was so now I'm in my am I in my late 20s yet? I'm about to be in my late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And I had opportunity to do all kinds of stuff from my undergrad degree. But I'm trying to be, Lilith Fair is happening.
Yeah.
All I want to do is be barefoot with an acoustic guitar singing on Lilith Fair.
With a flower in your hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And could not get a rest. Couldn't make it happen.
Wow.
I had a great demo, my little songs, my hair, my little afro.
Sure.
I had it all.
Sure.
Couldn't make it happen.
Interesting.
And, but I used to be on the show called Ally McBeal. I was a session singer. I could pay my bills.
Right.
I was saying no to the Rent tour. There were some Broadway things that were happening, but I was focused on trying to make that happen. Couldn't get traction. Couldn't make it happen. So I was dabbling. I was acting, all that kind of stuff. And I met my husband. I got engaged.
Yeah.
And I did an independent film called All About You.
Okay.
That we went to the Black Film Festival in Miami.
Yes.
And I just started acting again while I was waiting to get a record deal that didn't ever come.
Right.
And then I got engaged, and I thought, this is what I want to do. When I did that movie, I starred in this independent movie. After I starred in the movie, they went through all of my original music and populated the soundtrack.
Right.
And I thought, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to write movies, act and star in them, and then write the music. I'm so satisfied. This is so great.
Right.
And so I got engaged. I was going to be a movie maker, and then The Lion King called.
Wow.
The Lion King, they just had an audition for, replacements for the Broadway company. I went to the audition, and I got the role of Nala in The Lion King on Broadway. It brought me back to New York City, and I have not left. And that was in 2002.
Damn.
Anyway, so you can't ask me an open-ended question like, how did you get this far? I'm just going to try to speed up.
No, it's fine. No, take your time, because even that, like, that's a whirlwind of just places, events, and workings, all in all of that happening. But again, you got a daytime Emmy.
I didn't.
You didn't.
No, but I should have. No, but I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't. So yeah, so I came to New York. I was starring in the Broadway 5 years into the Lion King company.
Okay.
I'm Nala.
Yeah.
Broadway debut, scary, exciting. I got married. I had an audition for a soap opera called One Life to Live. I went, and I got the job.
Right.
And I did double duty for a couple of months, and then I left the Lion King, and I went and I was Evangeline Williamson on One Life to Live for 4 years.
Yeah.
My character did really well. I got in a really great love triangle, and it was a wonderful. That's the game.
I got in a great love triangle.
I got in a really great love triangle.
That goes together.
But that's the game, and it was the best place to learn. It's the greatest acting class in the whole wide world because the pace is so fast.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
The material is all over the place. You go from I'm blind one day, and the next day I'm a serial killer. The next day I'm saving the whatever. Got my heart broken. It's based straight up soft porn.
Right.
The love scenes.
Right.
But it's the best actors in the world, and it's really super. And it was great training. And then also, most importantly, you have to learn how to act in such a way that no matter what they make you do, the audience roots for you. Yeah. And that's probably the superpower for any entertainer.
Yeah.
Is that whatever you're doing, whether you wrote an album or you were in a Broadway show or you're in this comedy series or you're putting out a documentary or whatever, that the people will root for you.
Right.
Or, so that's what I learned there. And then when we keep talking, and stuff.
No, please. No, because I was going to ask you mentioned when you were doing the recording and everything, like there were phone calls that were being made. One of them was rent.
Oh, and saying no to things.
Yeah, you were saying no to things, but you eventually said
yes to eventually. Good question. The no for Rent the first time is they wanted me to be in the ensemble and understudy one of the roles in the show. I just felt like I didn't want to do that.
Right.
I also knew I have, the world is small, and I knew the girl that was playing the role, and I knew she was going to get married, and I knew she was going to leave the show for a couple of weeks, and they wouldn't guarantee that I would go on. I mean, I just knew. My heart knew, and it's hard to say.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes no is easier than yes.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to not second guess yourself when you say no to something.
Right. That's true.
But I felt like I'm on a mission to accomplish something, and I just thought that wasn't the right time. And life worked out for me that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because when I was on One Life to Live, the doctor from Sweden who gave me my eyesight back.
Sweden.
His partner was Michael Greif, and Michael Greif was the director of Rent.
Okay.
And one day he said to me on set, "Do you know Michael Greif?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "He thinks you're wonderful. Would you ever want to be in Rent?" And I said, "Yes." But I said, "If I can play Mimi,"
right,
which was another that there was like the roles were typecast. The black girls used to play Joanne. The Hispanic girls played Mimi. The white girls played Maureen. I mean, it was a thing.
Yeah.
And I just get tired of it.
Right.
I got tired of always having to be the sassy, smart.
Right. I
mean, I can do it, but that's acting. That really wasn't who I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wanted to be this. That's who I was right for.
Yeah.
And so I got a phone call one day asking me if I wanted to be in the closing company of Rent.
That's awesome.
On Broadway. And I said yes. And it was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
That's amazing. And breaking barriers in that sense. That you weren't the typical, stereotypical.
Well, by then there were actually a lot of black girl Mimis because it was towards the end. Okay. So they get a little looser with the rules.
Yeah.
But what was amazing, and I'd love to weave this in, and that's just what I think which is kind of my mission in life right now, is to not speak about career outside of family. And what was happening at that time also is that I was trying to have children.
Yeah.
So I'm married. I've been married for a couple of years. I really wanted to have a family. And I was trying to figure out while I was trying to make this career, how am I going to bring some babies into this world?
Right.
And it had been hard. We had had several miscarriages. I wasn't sure if I was having miscarriages because I was so busy, because I was doing double duty, doing plays at night and daytime TV during the day. I just wasn't sure what my road to children was going to be.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of guilt and frustration about it. And it was hard to know what the next step. I mean, people would ask me to do things and I would say things like, I really want to do it, but I might do IVF and I'm not exactly sure, where I'll be at the time. And or maybe I'll be pregnant, but I might not be pregnant. But I mean, I was having these kinds of conversations. People probably thought I was crazy. But I wasn't sure, because it was just a hard time to try to figure out how am I going to make this happen.
What was that like for your husband and the conversations that you guys had to have
at that time
when you're trying to develop a sequence of normalcy with a family, yet the phone doesn't stop ringing?
Well, the phone doesn't ring all the time. I wish it was that good, but that's a great question. When it comes to family, I'm just so blessed that my husband was always like, God's going to give us a baby or he's not. We're going to be fine. I was the one that was like, we have to have this. He wanted it, but he just was like, I love you. This is going to happen for us or it's not. And that set me free a little bit. Just, supportive, and believing, just faith and supportive. That's really how I characterize him. And so I didn't have the pressure of disappointing him. Which would have been harder. It was always it was the disappointing of myself.
He understood
that I had to manage. That was huge. So I never felt like, oh, if I take this job, he's going to be disappointed because we need to work on this. It was always me, like, I need to work. Is this right? Should I be? What should I? It was the constant second guessing myself. And fortunately, he was just like,
he reassured you.
He was a reassurance.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure when he met you and when you guys decided to get engaged, he had to know what he was signing up for. To some degree.
I don't think That's what's so crazy.
Well, you don't, but at the same time, when you love somebody, you tend to fall into a person's world fairly quickly. Because that's what you want to do. Like you're trying to know the inner workings of a human and what makes the person get up in the morning, the passion. And with someone like you, I'm sure that wasn't hard to see. So to see that, he understood, okay.
But what you don't know, unless you meet somebody that's already successful, you don't know if it's going to work out.
No, you never know. I think people put way too much pressure on the concept or the ideal of a relationship. What it should be. It's gotta be like this because I came from here and that and the fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like life is not that ever. Especially when it comes to two human beings that come from different backgrounds and you're trying to figure out life together in some weird way. Like just the concept of a relationship, of holding somebody's hand and say, you want to do this? Yeah, sure. Let's do this. What the fuck are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, so just that in itself, you got to give the ideal room to breathe. We tend to look at things and say, oh, it's got to be like that. Or it's got to look like that. And that's where we fail. We tend to try and create what we were taught to think that is a happy relationship. Where happy is it's a suggestive term. It's like, it's more so being at peace with the person, to know that no matter what you go through, because the thing is, you're going to go through shit, is knowing that you got a partner with the same game face that you got.
Amen to that.
And that's when you know. But you don't know unless you go through it. You will never know. It's
tested in trial.
But
I'll say, when you meet, when you meet an actress and a singer in LA in whatever year that was, 1999 or something. Do you know what I mean? You don't know, is she going to be sitting on the couch eating cereal every day? Or am I going to be holding her purse on a red carpet? Like and am I going to be Mr. Goldsberry? You just don't know the range of what could happen. And it's a very special person that can be at peace with whatever, with whichever extreme. So I was very fortunate to have that as well.
No, it takes a very different human being to date people like us. Like it does. Like it's a serious commitment because it is a roller coaster. It is an up and down thing. Shout out to my wife Sharonda, who has been through hell and high water with me through my ups and downs and career changes and dips and dives and all that other shit because it gets crazy.
Yeah.
But you got to have somebody that is at least, you know, flexible and knowing that, yo, this is ultimately they got to love you.
Yeah. And we have to not be crazy
and
all the time.
Well,
you know,
right.
We have to try to actually be a human being as separate from whatever the industry is giving us in a particular moment.
That part. I think that's the X
That's
factor.
it. Like,
I think, you know, just a little insight of myself. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't think I ever dated somebody that's in a business.
I haven't either.
I never dated.
I don't think it works.
I mean, it must work. I've seen it work on other people.
No, for some people it does.
Attract.
But I think I just don't know. Like it always freaked me out because again, us being in the industry, we know people in ways that the public don't.
Yeah.
So it's like when you see somebody, you know, me being a guy and seeing some of these girls, you're like, the fuck? Like,
really? What do you think?
Hell no. Like I try. Like it's just like you said. Sometimes artists can be a little neurotic.
Yeah, I guess for me, I was when I was dating, and I used to be like, if this doesn't work out, to have to see that person everywhere,
and that too.
Woo!
Yeah, like you know, you're dating.
To see them. This was even before social media. Like, if it doesn't work out, and they're everywhere with whoever's new,
you're dating the high profile woman. You break up, and now she's with the new high profile guy with a better six pack than you, and you know he's tongue kissing her on the red carpet. You sitting there like.
That's a special pain. That's a special pain I haven't had to go through.
I think the yin and yang works for a reason. I think it works that way.
Yeah, I also like diversifying.
Well, like what Shawn was saying, it's like
the conversation.
That too.
The
like,
income.
Yes. Like I don't want to know about the shit that you went through because I probably went through the same shit.
Yeah.
So tell me about your job.
Yes.
At Applebee's.
Yes.
Like tell me what happened at Applebee's. Yes. Let me know what.
Yes.
She did what?
I know.
What the hell? Oh, girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? you know, so I think it's
But I know a lot of people who make that to make it work.
You know,
in a way that's beautiful. There's a superpower. Super couples is cool. Like there are times I'm like, wow, what would that have been like? Superpower couples are it's a cool thing. I've been so blessed to come home and to have somebody, and also whatever I do, he's like, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like, I like your music. I'm like, thank you. You know.
Let me ask you though. Like, do you think that some of those couples go through a period where they say, okay, we have to do this for the gram, or we have to do this to be seen? Like, you know, we're a high profile couple, so we have to be seen. To me, that kind of convolutes the relationship a bit.
Yeah.
Because now
it's a business at that point.
It becomes a business. And it's no longer like it's marriage already in concept is contractual. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and so to have that on top of my wife is this famous movie star, I have to go to this Oscar premiere with her, but I really wanted to sit home in my drawers and play Call of Duty.
Yeah, but I
gotta be there.
What if she was, general counsel for whatever? You'd still have to sometimes be like, she has to go do X, Y, Z.
True, but it is a different connotation when it comes to entertainment. Because
I know
if I don't show up, say we're married, and I don't show up
for my premiere,
for your premiere, first off, you're pissed off, and we're going to probably have an argument in the house. But outside of that, people are like, "Oh,
where's Shawn?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I heard.
I heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now you got people involved.
Yeah,
you're already mad at me coming back from the premiere.
Well, let me tell you, first, for me, I'm not. My husband and I have a deal that we don't have to come to anything. Our deal is this: if you're not going to be fun, don't come. You know why? Because that's not fun for me. Yeah, I don't
kill my
need
vibe.
a plus
Yeah, don't kill my
one.
vibe.
Don't kill my, like, you know, if you're not having a good time, then I'm going to be worried about you having a good time.
Yeah.
So that doesn't necessarily have to be synonymous with we're a power couple.
Okay.
You know, if you can be okay there by yourself. But your point is a good one. And that is, what does everybody else say if you are also a celebrity?
Yeah.
I'm expecting to see both of them.
Yeah.
Where's the other half?
Right.
I'm a little disappointed.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's
because
good.
they'll assume, you know, oh, he's at home with the babies.
Right.
Your non-famous husband.
Yeah.
The famous husband he's supposed to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Or he's shooting a movie, they think. Maybe they think he's shooting something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think, and I saw this in a meme, is that the key in any relationship is to not find somebody to grow old with, and I'm paraphrasing, but to find someone to stay young with.
Yeah.
Mm,
I love that.
I love that.
And I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's all about how you view the painting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You in a relationship, it's really about staying as fun and as uninhibited and as goofy
Yeah.
and as spontaneous as a relationship can be.
Mm-hmm.
Because being in the industry that we're in, it can be very routine after a while
Mm-hmm.
and tiring and all of those things. So to be able to still have that level of spontaneity to pick a water gun fight while you're taking a nap.
I don't think your wife would want a water gun.
Just because. No.
She
We're
would?
going to have a water gun fight.
Okay.
And you're going to sleep and you're going to be sleeping and I'm going to hit you with a water gun.
For real?
The water. Skis, guys, guys, guys.
For real?
Skis, guys, guys, guys.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Skis, guys, guys, guys. You know what I'm saying?
I know
And-
she
and-
wants to take care of some pigeons, but
No, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I think that's the spice of life, the spontaneity.
My
and
thing is, anybody that's married, at least any woman that's married, if they say their love language isn't acts of service, they are lying.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Because for me, I feel like you should marry someone you want to do a project with, because everything is a project. Every day, all day. We're getting the house painted. The kids got to start school. The kids got to get out of school. We're trying to make this flight. Where the refrigerator broke. Like everything's a project. And you know how you were in school and they used to be, you'd have a best friend, but you wouldn't want to be picked for the project with that person.
Yeah.
I think you want to marry the person who, if you fall asleep and the project's due in the morning, you wake up and that shit is done.
Yeah. Dig.
That's the part, you know?
That's
And you gonna, sometimes it's me, sometimes I care. Sometimes I got us across the finish line. Sometimes you get us across the finish line.
Those are called riders.
Whew.
That's all.
When you got that
You gotta have a
person,
rider.
you're good.
Yeah, you gotta have a rider. You gotta have a rider.
You
You
know what
gotta have somebody that just knows.
Why are you staring at her?
I just
What'd
want to
she do
make
you?
sure she heard me. You know,
Are you in timeout right now?
and I
Right,
you know,
right,
like water gun fight or not, can we get this shit done?
All right, well, tell you what. Let's
Should
go.
I hand her the mic or something?
Right. You have something to say.
You look like you already on the same page. I could tell. Do you want me to go back to where I was in my?
Well,
journey?
no. Well, I want to ask you because
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued with the theater life.
Yeah.
Because again, it's such a, like, when I hear about it, it's so strenuous from my point of view, because when, say for example, I've seen Hamilton, right, for example, and you have to go from highs to lows to highs to lows to highs to lows. As a singer, like, just doing a concert
Yeah.
is hard enough.
Yeah.
You have to sing, deliver a line, sing again, sing higher, deliver a line, show emotion, sing. And what the hell does that do to your
Ooh.
voice? How does one keep your voice from conking out from doing 8 shows
A week.
a week?
Yeah. Sleep. I mean, when it gets really important to me, I remember when we were in Hamilton, it was you could not miss a show. To me, what we do, it's like being a professional athlete that's always in season. You just, there's no off. You're just always in season. I mean, all we get off is Monday night. and Monday night we're typically like singing at a gala or doing something else is happening.
Wow.
That you're just, I have to just stop and talk about my documentary because I talk about this in this documentary. I have Satisfied.
Please, Satisfied,
yeah,
the documentary.
Just to say it, there's a time, when you're in a show like that, a musical in particular, you're constantly checking in with your voice. Like when you're on tour, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're just like, you're just, is it there? Am I good?
Yeah.
If anybody, you're trying to stay away from disease.
Yes.
You have to, we're just always in season.
Any remedies? Any concoctions, elixirs?
They're all like psychosomatic probably, but like I didn't eat gluten for a long time because I thought about inflammation. I wasn't sure if that was a thing. Apple cider vinegar was something I used to take down from time to time.
Dairy?
Dairy I don't care about. Dairy I like having a little. I don't. That doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
But sleep. That's the biggest thing. And when you're a parent and you're in a Broadway show, the challenge is that you got to wake up with your kids.
I was about to say, like, you just sang
you're up,
your face off, and then you got to wake up and you got to raise children.
Well, because you know how it is when you're in a show, when the show's over, you're up. Like I'm just, the adrenaline is coursing.
Yeah.
I want to go. We could be up all night long after a show.
Yeah.
All that energy. But so we're nighttime people, but kids want to wake up 6 a.m., 7 a.m. You got to get up with your kids. So that's the burning of the candle. I had to teach myself how to take a nap. And I had to know for myself, as long as I'm up by 1 p.m., I can sing that night. I can't sleep too long or it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, that's the same thing for me. Like my group members can take a nap before to showtime.
Oh, I can't do that.
And then wake up and sing. I'm like, man, if I ever did that.
I will be a baritone.
What? Sound like Larry Graham. Oh, I need a million. They'd be like, damn, like, what's wrong with Shawn today? No, I can't.
Give me a guitar.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just exactly. That's crazy because, again, knowing the stress and strain of doing 8 shows,
insane,
having to be on.
And then in Hamilton, it was 8 shows, and then we get to go to the White House, or 8 shows, and then we get to do, like we were. It,
you had
it
to
was
do some
more
PR and all that.
Yeah, but like beautiful PR, like your dream come true PR.
Yeah. So I guess that's the energy that helps you throughout the whole process, even when you don't feel like it.
I think what helps you through the process is we're just grateful, and everybody else is doing. That's why I think it's like everybody else keeps showing up, so I'm gonna keep showing up too. Like we do superhuman things, and and we're gifted with the ability to do it.
Yes.
And we look back when I go see people in shows, I'm like, how are they doing that? How did I ever do that?
It is crazy. Well, now I have I reached out to a couple of your friends.
What?
And
Psycho.
Yeah, I know. And because again,
people that you know, or
I try my best to do as much homework as I can.
I love that. Thank you for that.
No, it's all good. And there was one guy in particular that actually reached back, and he has some stuff to say. I just want
to. Okay.
I don't know.
Now Shawn's the best.
Okay, Shawn, 2 backstage moments.
Oh my God!
In a Broadway show, you're doing the same thing 7-8 times a week. So you have the same backstage traffic as you do on stage traffic. So one of them was in the song Wait For It, which Hamilton does not appear in. There's a moment where everyone on stage dramatically turns and faces stage left. And I would always be in the wings, just sort of punking Renee. I'd be making a funny face or doing a silly dance, or I'd like grab her ankle because she was on stage and I wasn't. And another one was there's a moment just before the end of Act 1 where she and I walk all the way downstage together, and then the turntable takes her away as her character is moving to London. And I used to just joke with her every time. I'd be like, I'm not letting go this time. I'm not letting go. I'm coming with you.
I forgot about
just
that.
Before our onstage. It would give a little adrenaline boost to our moment together at the end of
Act 1.
Act 1. I hope this is helpful to you.
Oh my God!
Can you further expound on that?
Well, yeah. The best part of
First
being.
of all, who's the?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
We just
that was the guy that created Hamilton. His name is Lin-Manuel
Miranda.
and
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yes,
yeah.
Miranda. And I reached out to him I hit his DMs up.
Wow.
And I basically was like, yo.
How long did it take him to get back to you?
Like a day.
What? He is crazy. He is so busy.
Like a day.
He's writing everything.
You have no more excuses.
Like a
you
day.
have 12 hours.
I gotta be better.
And I was shocked that he answered so quickly.
He's a special dude.
I was like, hey, I'm gonna have Renée on the show.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see if you could kind of just give me some tidbits, some BTS type stuff on just the energy of the show and tell me a little bit about Renée and all this other stuff. So he gave me this. He gave me one more, but please expound.
Can I tell you just
yes.
two things? First of all, the best part of being in a show is all of the backstage traffic.
Yeah.
All of the times you're not supposed to be doing something that you're doing.
Right.
Do you remember plays from high school?
Yes.
Do you remember when you're not supposed to laugh, how hard it was to not laugh and the
Absolutely.
most inappropriate time? That's the best.
Absolutely.
That keeps you young. It doesn't matter how old you are. And just to say, this is a him backstage moment, but there's a moment before the song Right Hand Man where we had a stage left before he would come on for that. We had a stage left moment together and he would freestyle to just the music that was playing. He would just freestyle. And that kid...
Yeah, he's crazy.
I mean, I wish I could have recorded the things that come off the top of his head.
Yeah.
Like I just want you to know. I know a lot of great rap. I know a lot of great rappers.
Right.
But that kid, just off the, he'd be like, I can't even.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Like if somebody like that actually sits down with a piece of paper and a pencil, they gonna write Hamilton.
It's ridiculous.
Because off the top of his head, the verses are sick.
Yeah. No, freestyling is a different mechanism that you have to work in your brain. It's crazy how some people can just off top rap about everybody in this room.
Oh yeah.
And it would be a song tomorrow.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Have you ever done it?
Freestyle?
Yeah.
No.
They used to put, we used to be
I can't
backstage.
freestyle.
David Diggs, Lin-Manuel Miranda, they would be like, they just put a beat on.
And just go.
And they'd start freestyling and they'd be like, Renée. And I'd be like, my name's Renée. And it rhymes with today. And then I would just start being really hella loud.
Right.
Because I just thought that if I was louder, that
would
maybe
sound
I
better.
would be, oh my God.
Right,
and they would just be on the floor laughing. But it's so scary. And David would be like, dude, what you don't do is try to rhyme. David, he would just try to break down the science. He's like, everybody's trying to rhyme. You try to say something. If you are focused on on saying something, you will find the rhyme. You have to believe. It's the same way. Think about you as a singer,
crazy.
like an improving, how you sing improvisatorily. You know what I'm saying?
Close enough.
But think about it. If you're trying to do something, it's not going to work.
That is true.
You know what I mean? You have to believe that your ear and your heart, your soul, your voice is going to find the note that connects to the other thing.
That is true, but like it seems a little intimidating when it deals with consonants and vowels and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put together a rhyme that is perfectly on time.
Oh my God.
So
See?
you don't sound like a pantomime. You know what I mean?
Like a pantomime. Because you a friend of mine.
Right. You know what I mean?
Sounding like Martin Luther King. But I got a couple rings. I mean, it's a crazy.
You got a couple rings.
But I loved it because it was it helped me. But we understand that.
Yeah, that's true.
We understand.
I get where he's coming from.
Yeah.
But there still has to be some level of just innate gift.
Yeah.
To be able to do it and to do it so fluently.
Yeah.
But okay, got one more.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
The other thing I would add, and this is a memory from when Hamilton was off Broadway, was just how incredibly wonderful a backstage presence Renée is. She really is. She was a mama bear to everyone in that cast.
I thought I was an older sister.
And when we were working on, when we were doing the show off Broadway, I shared a room with Leslie, who played Burr, and we shared an adjoining wall with the Schuyler sisters, all three of whom shared a dressing room. And they would harmonize so much on Boyz II Men stuff, En Vogue, SWV, all of the really good years.
All the good news.
And they did it so much that I ended up writing more of their harmonies into the Schuyler sisters when we transferred from off-Broadway to Broadway. So her playing around and her joy backstage directly translated into me writing more for those sisters as they became real-life sisters.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway, I'm a massive fan. I hope this is all helpful for your conversation tomorrow. Bye.
He is a massive fan, and so am I.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are massive fans.
Shout out to you both.
Yeah.
Lynn, thank you for this. This
That was amazing.
This worked out great.
I have to believe that you could have gotten a ticket to see the show.
I could not get a ticket.
The DM that came probably a couple years late.
Yeah, just a little bit. But no, I could not get a ticket. And obviously I didn't know any of you. So it was one of those things where it's like I went through the proper channels.
Yeah, that's the problem. You needed to. Yeah.
I know, but that was the only way, and it was kind of like it was
impossible. I remember trying to. Not
no, it's
that
tough.
I'm Shawn Stockman, but I tried to. And I got some connections. I know a few people. I couldn't get them either.
Yeah. It was tough between that and the Kendrick Lamar show.
I could have helped you with Kendrick.
I had no luck, bro.
It was kind of like,
yeah, and I got Top's number in my phone. It was like I didn't even bother calling him. I was kind of like, bro, don't even.
That's the problem. You're saying no to yourself.
Oh.
All right, this is not about me.
That's another
Renee,
episode.
This is not about me.
Okay.
Renee, say it again. Tell him again.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. I know it because I do it to myself.
Yeah.
We say no to ourselves.
Yeah.
And because we just, we don't want to impose, or we just think the no is coming, so why even ask?
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing.
You don't want to bother anybody.
You don't want to bother, and why would they give it to me?
There's so many people
in the world
them.
who would think that that's proof.
Yeah.
That's proof of an impact on the world.
I guess.
That but basically now he just made a line between you and a show that you didn't see on Broadway. He basically said that Renee and Philippa Sue and Jasmine Cephas Jones, the Schuyler sisters, riffing backstage on music like your songs changed what he wrote in a musical. He didn't change that. He's like I said, he's a genius, and it came out like that. Yeah. Except for a very few moments in the show where he actually was impacted by what was happening in the room, and that was one of them. That kind of harmony and whatever changed the show. So in some way, you had an impact. Isn't it crazy when you find? Yeah. I just have to say this because sometimes this happens to me, that people I had no idea had any idea anything about me, or some ripple has an impact on somebody on another side of the world.
We're all fans.
Isn't it? We are all fans.
Even if we're from a distance.
Yeah, we're all fans.
We all, in our personal
It's our
time,
fandom.
That's it.
That inspires us to do it in the first place.
Yes. If we all had jerseys, I would ask you to sign mine, and you could say, it's
we
just
should do a jersey swap.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's really the same thing. Like because again, when I'm not singing or whatever, I'm sitting at home and I'm watching movies or I'm watching whatever, and you find something like, yo, that was really, really good.
Yeah.
So with that, it's just only natural that when you see someone that you've kind of watched from a distance and now you're sitting talking to them like, wow, like that's amazing. And that's how life is sometimes. But, again, we're all fans. And again, it was, another honor of you just being here because I know of your work and I know how much you've impacted, not just myself, but so many people. Like, again, doing the deep dive and seeing just the fandom and the pandemonium and how gracefully you've taken all of it. That's what I enjoy the most. Like, I didn't see any sneering clips or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're still a very gracious person. Again, us knowing the same people and how they revere you as just a great human being. I think that's most important to highlight in podcasts like this. Everybody knows you for what you do, but no one knows the person.
Yeah.
So that's the gift of this conversation, that I'm getting to know the person opposed to the girl that sang
this thing. Yeah, this song Satisfied.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I just went to see a really good friend in a show, Jonathan Groff. He was playing Bobby Darin in this show on Broadway.
Okay.
Oh,
and afterwards I was like, because I personally think that no matter how big a fan I am of somebody, when I meet them in person, no matter how brilliant they are, who they are, completely overshadows. I mean, literally, no matter how talented and how massively great they are, when you meet them, you're like, they're even better.
It's different.
Don't you? I mean, you feel that way? I mean, everybody
100%.
I've ever met that I was a huge fan of, I'm like, wow, in real life, you're even. Yeah. That's just a percentage.
Not all the time, though.
I know there's. I'm sure
That's
there's
never
exceptions.
meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes.
I met some of them. I'm like, wow, but you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But anyway, but then sometimes also it is the thing that's awesome about them. That is what is special about their work. And so that's the thing. I mean, for me, I feel like my love of people that I work with, my belief that I'm there, you know, to love people. Like I'm there. I'm like, I feel like this is a family, and my role in this family is to love these people, to lift these people up, to whatever, to be myself in this space.
Right.
It works really well as an actor.
Yeah.
Because it's chemistry and relationships.
Yes.
It works really well because it just works as a singer because it's a hack.
Yeah.
It's a hack in terms of your ability to do anything virtuosically.
Yeah.
Is really to show up with all of the light and love you possibly can bring to the people that are going to be there.
Who was the most surprising celebrity you saw in the crowd?
Oh, at Hamilton?
Mm-hmm. Like who's the one that you was like, what are they doing here?
You mean like I can't believe they're here?
Yeah, like I mean, just period. Like just people that you were so happy or shocked to see in the audience.
Well, first of all, I'll say, you know, I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches. I mean, everybody came. So when I asked you the question, did you come? I knew the answer.
Yeah.
Because I knew who didn't come.
Right.
Because everybody came.
Damn, you broke her heart, Shawn.
I didn't know.
Makes me feel even more like shit.
No, I assumed. I just thought maybe you saw it in
Thanks,
LA.
Renee.
I thought maybe you saw whatever. But that I'm only telling you this. That's how. I mean, literally, it was who didn't come. It was
me.
You know, surprising in the beginning before we even made it to Broadway. We Michelle Obama was there. Barack was there. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're right on their level.
Yeah, right.
No, I mean, literally, if it was,
there are peers.
What was beautiful for the theater is that sometimes theater can be kind of siloed off in this other world of entertainment. But you know, I'll never forget the night Busta Rhymes was in the front row center when we were off Broadway, and we were like, and he was like, like maybe we were like, oh my God. You know, like, but he was like, he almost like gave us a stamp. You should hear Lin talk about that story when your idol is sitting in the front row of your rap musical,
right?
Before anybody had ever said we were good,
right?
And the beauty of him, he came backstage and just talked to us for hours, and came back.
Wow.
You know what I mean? They all came and they would come back and they just like and come to my show and this is what we're supposed to be doing. Like it was.
Wow.
I mean, I hesitate to say people's names because it leaves everybody else out.
Yeah.
I will say one just because it was so emblematic of what it was, and that is Prince. Just because that was just so. One day I got because that's how my life was.
He took my ticket.
My life at that time when I was running to the theater, I'm doing la 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 la, and I got a phone call from a friend, from actually his publicist, who's a friend of mine. He was like, Prince is going to do a pop-up show in New York, and he wants your cast to come just for y'all. Pop-up show in New York City tonight after show. Can you come? And I was like, I think we can be there.
Yeah. I think you can move some stuff around.
Okay. But I wasn't sure if he was going to come to the show that night and then do it. So he didn't come to the show. So after our show, we went to this little club downtown. We waited 1 hour, bad DJ, amazing drinks, kicking it, whatever. 2 hours, 3 hours. Finally at 3 a.m. when he comes out and plays the most amazing set.
For 8 hours.
No, I think it was only a couple hours, but still. So good.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy.
Prince was known for doing that.
I had never had, maybe you probably knew him, been to something. You probably knew him. You probably had a whole
We've been to a couple of Paisley Park shows.
Okay.
And his thing was, I don't perform until like everybody's sleepy. Basically.
Oh my
like 3, 4
God.
in the morning.
Is that why he did it?
I don't know. Like he literally, like everybody just standing there.
Yeah.
For hours.
Yeah.
And then at 2:30, 2:45 a.m., he pops up.
Yeah.
and he plays for 4
But
hours
Lauryn
and he
Hill
doesn't
kinda
stop.
does that too, no?
Yeah, she does. She
Yeah.
came to see Hamilton.
So it was at her hours.
It was her house. Well, she actually, what I remember is that she showed up after Satisfied, which is the song I sing in the middle of the first act. And I was like, dang it. Because I love her.
Yes.
Anyway, so the next night, after he kept us up all night, he came to see our show.
That's crazy.
And it was crazy.
See how they do when they're really tired.
Exactly. I really think there was some kind of, because when
Little
I've heard
mind
about
game.
his sense of humor,
Little
I'm like,
mind
he
game.
might have thought that.
Yeah.
If it's supposed to be good, let's see how they do.
That sounds like a Prince thing.
And so he sat, and I remember being like, I'm gonna be in my show. I'm not gonna look up at Prince. I'm gonna be in my show. So I was doing my show, and then I walked out for the bow. I was like, to see him. And you know what I saw? He was up in a box. But like as soon as my head flicked up, I saw the curtain close. He had just left.
Oh.
And I'm so mad at myself for being good.
Right.
Because I should have a memory
Right.
of looking up at like one of my idols watching me in a show. And that was the gift of being in Hamilton.
Did you get
Right.
to meet him?
I didn't meet him.
Okay.
I didn't meet him.
Mm.
But for me, to have performed, when you get to perform for your heroes,
Yeah, sure.
Pretty cool.
it's genius.
Yeah,
I mean, all of
beautiful.
them,
Yeah.
if they were alive. I mean, I didn't get to perform for Whitney. She was gone. I didn't get to,
Yeah.
but like anybody that was alive, I got to perform for and then have a conversation with them after. Like when Barbara Streisand is asking me questions about and Pharrell, so you're a rapper and a singer? Are you, Beyonce, like you're sitting there talking to, you're talking to people. You get to have these conversations with actors, for example, about how they really always wanted to do theater. Like you're talking to your movie star, A-list actor person, and they're asking you questions about what it feels like to do this thing they always used to want to do.
Wow.
It's just awesome.
It's the perk.
But you know that.
It's the perk. It's the best perk of knowing that when you put up a certain type of, when you put your name on a certain marquee, that people are going to come and see you and want to meet you and want to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things of being an entertainer. It's one of the most humbling and most grateful things you can experience.
Yeah.
To know that, just like you said, you see your heroes and they're coming to see you.
Yeah.
Shawn, who's come to see you that was surprising to you or maybe an iconic memory for you?
See? It's hard.
George Lucas.
Oh, wow.
He brought his kids. They were fans. Whitney, Michael, MJ, just
everybody.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't suck.
Are you more nervous on those types of shows, guys?
I'm in the don't tell me list. I get really pissed when people tell me.
You don't wanna know.
Some people want to know.
I get excited.
You get excited. Lynn gets excited. Lynn is like
I want to show my ass. Like if I know somebody.
I'm always going to be doing the best possible show I could ever do. I'm not going to be better because you're there. But I kind of don't want to be thinking the whole time about, did Beyonce like this lick?
Yeah.
I kind of just want my show to be my show, and then I want a fan. Did Mary like such as
Well, the one safety net that you got is that they're there.
Amen. Yeah.
Do you go a little extra when you know somebody's there?
Sometimes. I know I do.
That's what it's all about. Being honest about those moments.
We were taught in a space where, say, if we perform with a rival group, for example, we weren't nervous at all. Like our job was to kill. Period. Like, they're on stage?
Let's
cool.
go.
Okay. Like it's almost like it made our chest puff up a little bit more and go, okay, I'm going to really hit this riff.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of thing. So if anything, it excited me.
Wow.
Because it is the possibility of someone doing really good. So you're kind of like, okay, fellas.
Right.
All right. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And you go up and that's because that's what we were under Mike Bivens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And Biv put that in us to kind of like when you go on stage.
That competition.
Yeah, it's competition. And I love everybody.
Yeah.
But when you're on stage, I'm killing
homies.
Yes.
It's like when Kendrick, dead homies.
We ain't homies.
We ain't homies. Like when Kendrick did the verse,
Yes.
when he called out everybody,
Yes.
it's just friendly competition.
Yeah.
Like my job is to do better than you.
So that so that you have to come back and do better. Yeah, it's a favor.
That's it. That's it. And it has nothing to do with anything personal. It has everything to do with, okay, they're going on before or after. All right, cool. And then you just set your mind state to that. And you, no matter what the situation is. And that's what we try to do every time.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right. I had some theories.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, getting real comfortable. Go ahead, man. Put them up, dog.
No. Yeah. Let me show
Put them up, man.
my suede Python Birkenstocks. Thanks to the surgeons. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your home. We just in it.
Yeah, but okay, here we go. Because I want to keep harping on Hamilton, but I had my theories to some degree because I had to do some research on the relationship between Alex and Angelica. Okay. Now, obviously, the play alludes to there was a tension to some degree there. Mm-hmm. So I was like, it wasn't really. I was like, let's go deep into this. Like, was it just something that people would speculate, or like was there actual proof there? So, I found some tidbits, and then after this, we can get off of this.
No.
But I guess there were a few key things or themes from, I guess, letters that they wrote.
Mm-hmm. It's the letters.
Yes. Okay. So you being a woman, right? Would you allude to, because I don't know, I'm assuming you did some research with these letters. Would you allude to the idea that there was a deeper friendship going on between Angelica and Secretary Hamilton?
Yes. What does that mean in our present day sense?
Yeah,
I don't know that I can speculate on that.
Let's be Lady Whistledown for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Bridgerton. So I'll go back to the biography. Mm-hmm. Ron Chernow wrote the biography that Lynn read, and he wrote Hamilton from it. And Ron Chernow is a biographer who is special in that he's not, some biographers are about dates and places and artifacts. He's about relationships. He loves the soap opera of the people involved in a time. And to me, that's what makes
the real history.
Exactly. History is a soap opera. Mm-hmm. And it's just about how good the storyteller is. And the storyteller being good means what you're looking for. And that's why I worry a little bit about what people are going to be able to say about us if the cloud no longer exists, because they wrote these letters. And in those letters, we can compare. If everybody writes that kind of, writes in that way to everybody else, then it's not special. But the way and the words that they wrote to each other, do allude to more, not, this is my brother-in-law. And it changes as they get older. Uh-huh. But there is that love. And I just want to say two things. First of all, where he did take a leap is that Angelica was already married when the wedding happened. So that's a really big deal, is that people think, dramatic, there's a dramatic, that's the song, Satisfied, that's so wonderful, is this idea that she's at a wedding and she makes a choice and she gives this person that she knows instantly she would love forever, and the only person as smart as her, because she's the smartest person in this world,
yes,
she recognizes, you go to my sister. In reality, she had already married in the way she was supposed to as the oldest sister.
I see. Traditional.
But that's why I love all the TikToks of, my dearest Angelica.
My dearest, yes.
Like that the comma after dearest.
Yes.
The comma after dearest. So that is such a that's the beauty of storytelling. It's the way to talk about the fact that in the letters they were making love with punctuation.
Yeah.
They were. That was there. But I also have to say that he was not the only person that she wrote that way back and forth to.
Okay.
Okay.
So who was that?
Who else did she write? Jefferson. She wrote back and forth with Ben Franklin. She and so we can talk.
She's an intellectual. So
she would have been the first president.
Yeah.
Or maybe the
Super
second, because clearly Jordan. But it's just women didn't have, but she was the one everybody was. There used to be a line in the show where, in the rap battle, where David's character as Jefferson said, say hi to Angelica for me.
Oh, right.
It used to be there. Right. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I got her too. Kind of like it was a little, just the way men.
So was Angelica a player?
I think players too. Yes. She was, if it means she was running the game. Yes.
Yeah.
As much as one could as a woman at that time.
Right, for sure.
Yes. She was a puppet master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she knew because she had to know.
Yeah.
That Brothers was checking for it deeper than just politics.
Oh yeah. And extremely wealthy, connected, wealthy, smart, and puppet
fine.
master. And fine.
So it just had to.
Yeah.
So okay. So with all that being said, was there a true affection for Secretary Hamilton?
Yes.
With Angelica.
Absolutely. If you're brilliant, I mean, so here we had this conversation. We talked about not ever dating people that are also artists.
So she was a sapiosexual.
My question is, even though you never did that, do you not see somebody great that is an artist and feel like, wow? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, can you not? I mean, not man or woman. Like, can you not fall in love with someone's talent?
100%.
Absolutely. So I feel like if you are an intellectual, there's no way you're not going to fall in love with another.
So was it falling in love or was it infatuation?
Love. It lasted a lifetime.
Amidst her having these same type level conversations with other politicians.
Love. But I'm not objective because I'm going to find the juiciest answer as the actor. Okay. Infatuation is interesting to play. Love for a lifetime, unrequited. Of course. Love for a lifetime. Yes. Come on.
We're not speaking of the method acting part of it. We're speaking of the human part. Of saying, okay, Angelica, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What was really popping?
Can I just say something that makes me so happy? I just have to say, because it kind of combines your two questions. When you get to meet your heroes. So we used to love running downstairs after the show to see who was there. And I remember the night I got to meet Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
She came over to side. She just wanted to talk to the sisters. And she was like, so, was you really sleeping with your sister's husband? You know what I mean? Right. And I was like, oh my God, I love her so much. You know what I mean?
Right.
She was like, I sat through 3 hours of that show. Was you really sleeping with your sister's husband? I just loved it.
Now, do you think it went that far?
No.
Oh, no, I don't think so either.
I don't either. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they still kept it.
I do too.
PC.
Yeah.
But
they were having an intellectual love affair that maybe, maybe they were aware that I don't think they did. I don't think so. I don't think they did.
And you believe that it was love?
I do.
Okay. I mean, it's all, we're just having
speculation.
It's all speculation. Yeah. That's I just, because I was just thinking about it. I was like, from a male's perspective,
right?
I was kind of thinking, okay, from the play and watching the play, and then reading some of the little excerpts of the letters, like, yeah, they were feeling each other, but to what extent? That's all. I just wanted to ask. Okay. All right. Now that I got all the gossip out of it, I guess I had to ask. Okay. All right.
I want to know your top 5 vocalists of all time.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes.
You're such a great singer.
That is true.
Yeah.
Give me your top 5 favorite vocalists.
Sarah Vaughan should
Beautiful.
be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
For me.
List over.
Yeah.
For me, she's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Sarah's
and 5.
amazing.
She's my favorite vocalist in the whole wide world.
She's amazing.
In every stage of her life.
Mm-hmm.
I love Donna Summer.
Great choice.
I mean, great. I mean, I just feel like she's such a queen of an era, of a genre of music that people sometimes miss the power and the beauty of her voice.
Yeah.
So I love Donna Summer. I love Roberta Flack. Should I maybe Luther Vandross, if I can include.
You can do whatever you want.
Men.
It don't have to be all females.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be all female, but it's good that it is. I love Sade.
We just talked. I'm so glad
Dude,
she said. We just talked about Sade. Ain't that crazy?
And the reason why I love to say Sade, because I obviously Aretha and Shaka and Gladys, and I could go down the list of Whitney. I mean, there's a million wonderful singer performers. The reason why I love Sade is because as a singer, she's the hardest for me to imitate.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
She can't be imitated.
She can't. She can't be like so. I just remember like there was a stage of my life that I didn't take you through where I was a singer in LA. I used to just sing for money, like in clubs, and I was a cover singer. I'd sing, and I could sing anybody. But Sade,
that's crazy.
It's hard to.
Renee, so check this out. I'm on my drive home
that's
last
wild.
night.
That's wild.
And I love Sade. I'm bumping Sade and anything music. I'm always throwing shit to Shawn.
Yeah.
And I send him a voice note, and I'm literally like, "We get all these top fives. How come nobody drops Sade?
Hey!
Yeah,
she's the fucking.
Just talked about
so
it yesterday.
dope.
She's so dope.
And I love Sade. And he's like, the ones who know. That was his reply.
That would be me.
Yeah.
She's the GOAT.
Yeah.
She's people just don't. But people know, like, and even like I the other day I was like, because this is what happens with my kids. Sometimes I'm like, the Gap Band. Like you know, like, oh my God, I didn't, you know what I mean? Billy Joel. Like sometimes things will happen. I'll be like, you got to know. And I never, and maybe you didn't hear. And the other day I was like, Sade.
Yeah.
They've sampled her. He knows. Oh, Eva Cassidy is another one of mine. Do you know Eva Cassidy?
Eva Cassidy.
She is you're welcome.
Okay.
Just
I'll look her up.
She's gone. She died young, so she is not as famous as she was, but singers know.
I'll look her up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eva Cassidy. That'll be my homework. That'll be on my ride home.
Too.
Yeah. Okay. Again, what's your favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant. Oh my God, this is so hard. Any place in Houston, Texas.
Any place in
Houston. And like the Papacitos, the Papados. If you know Houston, there's a Papa's chain.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same restaurant tours who have a version that's, Italian and Mexican and Creole.
Okay.
I like the Creole and the Mexican, Papacitos and Papados.
Okay, cool. So we're going to use Papacitos.
Okay.
All right, you're sitting at your favorite table.
Okay.
You're chowing down on some victuals. And you look at the entrance, and it's the younger version of Renee.
Okay.
She's been looking for you. Been trying to find some words of wisdom on what to expect in her future. Some advice from the only person that she trusts. They can give her some. So she's sitting next to you, grab some nachos, and she's looking at you. She wants to know, what would the older Renee say to the younger Renee? What advice would you give her to put her on the right track to the future?
I would say you are right. And I don't know that I would say much more. I think for me, I second guess myself all the time. I can be very indecisive because I want to do the right thing. I'm never exactly sure what it is. And I think just I don't know that I would give too much information because I think the not knowing and the battle is the point. So there should be no, you're going to make it, girl. Your dreams are going to come true. Like, I don't know. There's a reason why God doesn't tell us that. So I wouldn't rob her of what, of the surprises.
That's an interesting way of.
Do you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't rob. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not going to do it. Clearly, God has not decided not to tell us the end of the story. We get to live it.
Yes.
And we did a lot of naming and claiming. You just put your hand on this and say it out loud, and it's going to happen. We did that, but it's not true. I believe what you believe, and that is we are not promised a thing. We are promised peace in what we get. Right?
Right.
So that's what I personally believe. I believe that I don't know what we're going to get. But you will be gifted if you ask for it and you humble yourself. You will be gifted peace and the ability to manage what you have or in a way that is meaningful to the world, if that's what your goal is. And that has always been mine. So I probably would just let her know that if you know that you're right, you know, perhaps you'll stop questioning yourself all the time and just keep showing up. It's a weird. I mean, I've literally been asked that question many times.
I completely
I've been asked that question many times. Never as dramatically, beautifully, kind of, you know, never with such a perfect scene set up. And so I think that's why there's a different answer. I've never given that answer because I'm withholding. I'm withholding because I do trust that. I trust the process. I do trust. I say maybe I don't trust the process. Maybe that's a lie. Maybe I don't trust the process, but I do trust the person that sets the process, and the entity that sets the process has set it up so that you don't know when your last day is.
Right.
You just don't know. You have no idea what's coming. And I set it up that way for a reason, because there is something more important than knowing everything. You know? Well, so anyway, I would just give her the affirmation to know that what I believed was important, why I believed I exist, these things I thought then, they're true. They're still true. And I would let her know, you're right. And I would hold her hand and tell her I love her. And that's it.
She has an album out called Who I Really Am. Please pick it up. It's a beautiful record. She's singing her ass off on it. It's very smooth, very powerful, very soulful.
Thank you.
She also has a movie that's coming out called A House of Dynamite. It features, I just want to make sure I don't want to get anything wrong. Idris Elba, Greta Lee, and Anthony Ramos.
Anthony Ramos, you do know your stuff.
Anthony!
That's my little brother.
Yeah.
From Hamilton. Yeah.
Shout out to Anthony.
He's wonderful in it. They're all wonderful in it. It's a great movie.
He's freaking awesome.
He's freaking awesome.
Have
you heard his music?
No, I haven't.
Ooh, his first album.
It's crazy?
So good.
All right, Ant. I'm going to go download your record.
Yeah.
And I'll holler at you, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's super dope. And I liked you in Ironheart. You were super dope. Loved you in Ironheart. You were awesome. Thank you very much. That was a great role you played. And again, you're back on Broadway with the Ballisters?
The Ballisters. It's a play. It's a straight play.
Okay, now what tell us about that?
I've never heard of David Lindsay Bear is a brilliant playwright, and I got to do one of his original plays called The Good People a number of years ago, starring Frances McDormand. She won a Tony, amazing. And he wrote another play, and these are ensemble plays that are riveting, and they really just kind of tear apart the fabric of American culture and society and let people figure out how to pull the pieces back together.
Okay. Most important question. Can I get a ticket?
Yes. And you don't have to DM me.
2 tickets.
You can get, yes.
I'm just saying,
springtime.
Bro. I got to work. You know, I don't want to push the, you know what I mean?
Taylor, I'm straight. I get a ticket.
All right. I'm just saying. Okay, great. So y'all heard it.
Yes.
So I don't want to be knocking on the door.
I have a feeling they'll be available.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you so much.
Can I plug one more thing?
You sure can.
My documentary.
Of course.
Thank you.
We did mention it early, but let's mention it again.
Yeah.
Satisfied.
Yeah.
By the time you see this, it will be out.
It will be out. It'll be in the movie theaters. Yeah, but it'll be out. You'll be able to get it anyway. And
yes.
It is the story of the making of a family. 2 families. One is the Hamilton family, the making of Hamilton. But most importantly, it was the road to family that my husband and I were on that yielded 2 beautiful children.
I watched the trailer, and a lot of people are going to really understand what this young lady had to go through. The things that she had to endure amidst trying to be perfect on stage and then be perfect at home. And I look forward to watching it myself.
Thank you.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it was an honor. So please give it up.
Yay!
Hey y'all, and that was on that note. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, here's a couple more videos for you to check out. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.